Hello there, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Back doing some more Stanley Parabola. Looking forward to it as usual. I think it's gonna be quite fun getting back in there. How many more Figlies will we find? Slash Stanlerines. Well, is that my hair? Oh my god. Why is my hair standing up like that? Hold up. That was looking a little too strange. Still is a little. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, now we're not looking too weird. Perfect. We're looking the exact right amount of weird. So, really good. All right. So, some Stanley Parable today. I know generally what it is I want to do and what endings I'm going for. So, shouldn't be too bad today. I wonder how many more we have. I could do this again. That's weird. Don't know why it's making me do it again. I did it the other day. Oh, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Okay, that's pretty funny. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. I saw a thing pop up before. Oh, it's telling me to click. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Ooh, what would my favorite time be? Go ahead and pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, let's get you back to the video game now. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. I appreciate that. Ah, yes. Back to the Stanley Parable 2. Just let me do a thing here right quick. Pause that just to make sure it's not interfering. All right. So everything in the settings was like the same, right? Just want to make sure. Everything so far, yes. Right, begin the game. Oh boy, encoding overloaded on the loading screen. I don't know why it does that sometimes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 4...
Okay, we'll just skip that since we don't need to. Achievement, welcome back. Thank you, game.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting today. Figurine Finders Committee. Yeah, I've seen that before. All right, Bucket, you and me.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Now, where were the other ones?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to remember. I think that it said one was in the bathroom, right? How can we find them? Let's see. Oh yeah, they are actually checking off. Some are both red and blue. I think I know where that is. I just don't know how to get there. I think I said that before, actually. A private but smelly place for an important person. I know that's the executive bathroom, so I guess we'll go for that one. Sorry, by the way, just fiddling with my setup here because it's looking a little bit strange. Hey Mario, welcome back to stream. How you doing today, friendo? Hopefully you are doing quite well. Gotta collect them all. Okay, we'll go to that one then. We can get one of the other endings. Do I dare to dream? Okay, I remember when we went here that one time. It was pretty funny. Like in the original Stanley Parable playthrough. Let's see if it's any different with the bucket.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can
Oh,
feel that,
no.
can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over
No.
the bucket.
The broom closet will not have this
Hard it
bucket.
must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This
It's my
is
bucket.
your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over.
No.
Oh, no.
Never.
Getting into name-calling now, it seems.
Oh,
Is this
no.
how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
That is true.
Even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and
No.
lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner?
Never.
Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
Yeah.
Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Hi, broom closet. First off, I really don't appreciate the things you said about me and the bucket. The bucket and I are the closest of friends, and you'll never be the same kind of friend I would be.
I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh,
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all
Yeah.
your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
yeah, broom closet. Take a hike. This is my property. See, Marius is doing good. Just in Savage,
I've
very
got a
nice.
second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Nice.
See? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
It's true.
That way,
Here's
if
a
you're
point.
ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
That's very true. Yeah, I need to do Savage at some point. I get around to finally doing my Savages and my Extremes, etc., etc.
I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Thank you, narrator, for always being on my side. Yeah, get out of here, broom closet. We don't need you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now, I believe we can get in here. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, there we go.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly
5 out of
gotten
6.
all of the Figler anagrams. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler anagrams. None of us can.
That is true. I'll always have these Figler Anarines. Extreme bathrooms, dude. I would totally read that magazine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Why is the ceiling so
Crushed
high?
By the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional
How's that
dumpster fire, if not for
possible,
the
actually?
presence of the bucket.
Why would it be
Even
that high
his
in a room?
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion
Excuse me.
and chaos? It would be with him always. The bucket would. and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Wait.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket
It's
did he have
2,
any notion
8,
that the
4,
pin number for the keypad
5, right?
was 2. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Certainly. London's like that, man. Wish I could live in London with its high ceilings. That'd be like the dream come true. Is there anything over this way? Look at all? I don't think so, right? No. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're gonna go and well, I guess we also have the escape ending we could do, but I want to do the ending where you hit the.
The elevator raced
What was that?
onward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Sorry about that. I must hit my volume button on my headset.
Together, if not for the bucket, soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, Bucket. Actually, I just want to see something quick. Okay. It just said I dropped 26 frames. I don't know why. I think it's only doing it during loading screens. I don't know why that is, mind you, but...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, so I want to hit the other button. I want to see what the other button does. We got the ending where we shut off the mind control, but we want to see what it does with the bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
And then we'll never have to do it again.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
Presumably.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
What could this horrible room mean? What could it do? What will this do?
The monitors jumped to life.
Gasp.
And Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Pirate, huh?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
No, it's my bucket, dude.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
So I found 1 and 2. 1 and 2. There's 5. Here's 3. So is that 4? How would I get up there? Oh, wait, I can climb the stairs. Oh, can I? Wait. Is that blocked off? I think that is. It's really hard for me to see. I might turn the brightness up just a smidge. If I can do that here. I don't know if I can. Could I do that here? Brightness? 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 Can I not do that here? Maybe I can't. Okay, fine, game. I'll deal with the brightness for the moment. I suppose, if I must. Oh, it's okay. I can just look at the other monitor. Yeah, it looks like there's no way up, apparently. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't think that's an ending anyway. I think that's like a fake ending.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, so we hit the off button last time. Let's hit the on button this time and see if it does that nuclear launch countdown.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket, no!
Stanley gasped in horror.
The bucket wouldn't
Had
betray
this been
me.
the bucket's plan all along?
We shared the
To
moment in the
take
broom
over
closet.
machine and claim the power for itself?
It sounds really
The bucket
weird
betrayed him like this.
when you put it like that.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous
Oh no, this
screen.
is different. Ah, birds!
Birds. Silly birds.
Dude, cool as the
The
eagle.
control buttons became active again.
This is the coolest the eagle room. It's pretty
Stanley
cute.
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
They're pretty
The
silly
mind
birds.
controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who
Good
had
job,
pointed
Bucket.
him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Like, honestly, yeah.
Was happy.
This would actually be one of the best ways to spend your life, wouldn't it? Scrolling through live streams of silly birds. Okay, well, that's pretty good. That was a very different ending than the nuclear one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket still has the stickers. Dude, yes. Love it. Oh, thing reset. Oh, no. Wait. No, wait. I mean, it did reset, but like... Well, Is it because I missed one? Maybe I missed one. Alright, come on, bucket.
Picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Ah, okay. So, see, I'm trying to think. How do you get to the two doors? How do you get the red and blue door? I think that's through here.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Yeah. Still pretty nice.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Oh, was it?
Stanley
Oh.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I mean, I could. But I think this is the way to the blue and red door, I think.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Thanks, Bucket. You know, I could also go to the phone, though, and see what the bucket does there. Do I want to do that? Or do I just want to collect all the Stanlerines? Or the Figlarines? Because I think what you need to do to get to the blue and red door is I think you need to go through there. I think. It's been a long time, so I don't quite recall. But I think you need to go through there. But I could see what the bucket does on that one ending with the phone. If the bucket's even there with me on that one. You know what, go on.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Or can
but
they?
Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I think this is gonna be pretty funny.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Maybe I should have waited to see if there's more dialogue. I don't think there was.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely
Oh.
and could use a friend.
Fuck?
And then, very distressingly, he
This is
began
very
to believe
different.
The bucket could speak to him.
Well, this is definitely a much nicer apartment. Oh, the bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press O to take me to work with you.
The
Ah,
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
I can't turn the computer off. Press U to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
Oh,
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
I think Stanley has a problem. So I guess that's the bucket, and then maybe that's like a deconstructed bucket, you know, like one of those fancy kind of paintings. Yeah, like how they give you like certain foods at restaurants, like only the fancy ones, where it's like, I think it's called like deconstructed food, where for example, instead of like giving you a sandwich, they'll give you bread and then everything else in the sandwich. But like, it's so weird, man. I don't get fancy people and their fancy foods. I don't get it. Or like where they'll put the food on the table, like with no plate. Like you order ice cream, and then just like ice cream like all over the table, and then they just like meh with the sauce on. I take it with a ladle and just go like meh. So weird, man. I don't get that. I don't think I'd like to eat that kind of ice cream. Press X to go back to work. Sure.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
But my bucket. Don't listen to the loud man. Press B for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking
Oh, boy.
orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press T to ignore anyone in your life except for me. This is really weird.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does. Sorry, just cleaning the bottom of my mouse real quick because I noticed it was getting a little bit weird. had a bit of a weird feel to it. There you go. Now it's fine. Man, look how shiny that bucket is, dude. That is a really nice and shiny bucket. You gotta be honest with you. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press Y to go back home. Alright. I do believe the bucket's real.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
No.
It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real nice bucket. Also see Stanley likes his jazz. Of course, right? Press Z to relive the same day with me over and over. Okay, bucket, just because you said so.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
I mean, narrator, it is a really nice bucket. You gotta give it that. It is a really, really nice bucket. Press X to go home to work. What? To go home to work to home to work to home. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Feelings
What the fuck?
for the bucket. Oh no, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
Ah, no.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Narrator, no. I think it's getting weird that I'm clearly being led to the bedroom by candles for this bucket. Like, I think, oh my god, really? I mean, I have heard of the term fuck bucket before, but I think this is a little bit weird.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need it. Give it to me now.
No.
Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Oh no. Did we lose our bucket? Maybe we did. Damn. That was kind of weird. That was very strange. I think I might need a small moment. Cause yeah, that was really, really weird. That was really, really weird. I don't know how to feel about that. I've never had a game sensually, like, lead me sensually towards a bucket. Okay, well, we are just gonna continue. I
All of his
choose.
was gone. What could it mean?
I choose
Stanley
to just
decided to go
ignore.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I choose to just ignore. It's so tempting. I can't leave it.
Bucket.
I can't leave it.
Stanley and the bucket off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had
I can't
felt
do
the
it.
bucket calling to him.
I can't lose the
telling
bucket,
him
guys.
that
I just
the
can't.
Employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I mean, this is a really nice meeting. A meeting room. What they call this? Lounge? Employee lounge. I think they called it. Right.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Really has. Man, you know, for all the weirdness that happened in that last ending,
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home.
the Bucket and I
Here in the
have been on
Playin.
some very, very
Perhaps
grand
it's the only
adventures.
place a bucket can even feel at home. But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left
Nah.
to get back to business.
We have more business this way. Because I know another ending we can get with the phone.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to... Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
We could
There's
also
something up
drop.
there I need you to do.
So I think that's an
Stanley did
ending.
not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
And I know we can do this, and I always thought this was pretty funny too.
Whoa!
Just
hold
unplug the
on.
phone.
Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders?
Oh.
Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't
Oh.
talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness.
I mean, it is pretty
You
funny.
really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
What is there? Oh,
see.
yes,
Yeah,
this
let's
bit.
take a
I
look.
forgot about this. I forgot about this. Here we go.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
All good questions.
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's
Okay, good.
dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay,
With one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
Okay.
To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and
Please
then
laugh.
spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Did I do it?
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who
Oh, no.
threatened
Oh,
our
shit,
very
dude.
existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us. And
Holy
their
shit, dude.
children after them.
What's with the sexy
Godspeed,
leg?
And may Earth reign supreme.
Okay, that was a little bit weird. Not gonna lie.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So, with that in mind, I believe the only way
No, my
forward
bucket's missing a
is for
sticker.
us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is roughly the same. Both not being able to fall off.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Yeah, it's okay, narrator. You got this. Give it time. You'll figure it out. So how will the narrator be able to do it? Will he get his comedic timing down to make me feel like the bucket is talking in a comedic fashion? Will he be able to do it?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I mean, the fuck?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
Man.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake.
It's okay, narrator. Don't beat yourself
I
up.
fooled myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes,
Okay.
surely that will help me improve my...
Oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, no, we'll do it this time. We'll do it this time.
No. You
Oh.
were supposed to go through the door on the right,
Ah.
leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
I'm sorry,
I'm
narrator.
going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
No.
Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love...
I forgot how this ending went. I forgot how you got this one.
Still not...
Oh, no, we're not laughing as a joke. No.
Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
At least he wasn't sad with that one. Huh. Okay. Well. What if I go to the door in the
All
right
these
then?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Does it lead to the same ending?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like, do I want to do that again? How much do I care? Do I care enough?
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I mean, do I want to do that again and just see if it's different? Do I? Love it got updated? I know, dude. It's so good. It's so funny. Like this is actually really good.
Way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
And we'll find out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it again and just see, because I'm curious.
Turned out to be correct. Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have
Sure, I
annoyed him,
wouldn't.
of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now doing the speed run.
Now pick up the...
Whoa! Hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
Love it.
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket
Okay,
isn't
we'll let him go
talking
through
to
his
you
thing.
and telling you to do
While we
things.
do, I'll just,
Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Go on here, I guess.
Can't you see? Oh,
I'll distract
goodness.
myself.
You must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Okay, now can I skip the... I cannot. Okay,
What
well,
is
let's let
comedic?
it go through this thing.
What is comedic?
Like I said, I'll just,
How does it work?
look through
How
Twitter,
long should it
I guess.
last? How can it be
Oh.
used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
See, how my delivery is
These
coming
are
along.
the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin
Because I have
the
a couple
joke,
things being shipped
start
to me
by
now.
stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at
okay,
which
no
the
information on
recipient
this
of the
one.
joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Okay, I'm a little confused. I'm not finding one of my other orders on
Hey,
here.
goodness, this video is a
Weird.
little outdated, isn't it?
Okay.
Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So,
Virus
with
is
that in
BRB.
mind,
All right,
I
sounds
believe
good, my
the
dude.
only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Do, 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 do.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept.
It's kind of one thing with you doing an ending like this, right? It can take a little bit.
Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Do not lie if you're lying. Stop right now. Okay, game, I won't lie anymore. Not like I ever have, as far as I know. I don't think I've really lied to you guys. Well, saying it like that makes it sound like I've lied. I possibly thought about lying to you guys, right? It's like, oh, I don't think I've really lied to you guys. Now, as far as I know, I haven't lied to you guys on stream ever. Which means I haven't lied while playing this game. Which means I'm all good.
Here we go.
Okay, narrator, hit it with me.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, so we got to do this for the narrator.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
Oh, why am I
Not
feeling
even
sleepy?
the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Okay. This time we're taking
Here we
the
go.
door on the right.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, remember, we're doing this for the narrator. For the narrator. Oh.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I don't know, narrator, it's still here.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the
Huh,
bucket came to
it
a
doesn't
set of
just
two
loop, does
open
it?
doors,
It
they
might.
entered the door on the left.
Maybe it does. We'll find out.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Maybe it is just looping.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Did it do this in the original too, where it just like looped?
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Yeah, I think it's just looping.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all.
Okay, so I think it
clearly.
just...
There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done.
Let's see, what if
The
I
joke
just
is
go really
completely
fast?
Down and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Okay, so yeah, now we're just back here.
Tune up the bucket, sir.
Okay, alright. Okay, so we'll just begin the game again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See if we can find the computer again.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered. This was not the correct way.
Okay, so I guess we'll get the final
Stanley felt
Stanley.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
But I could also just fall
And here
off.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
I could do
Well,
that.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
But I
Stanley took the
could
door on
get
his left to go back
Stanlerine.
to the meeting
Or I
room.
could go down there. Ah, man. See, now I'm trying to think. Do I want to get the final... Well, collectible, I guess. I can't remember what he called it anymore. But do I want to get the final collectible, or do I want to try... Because I don't know if that'll get rid of the bucket or not. I assume it won't.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Okay,
Now
we're
ride
gonna
the
drop
lift all
off.
the way
We're
to
gonna
the
drop
top.
off.
There's something up there I need you to do.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
How very deeply touching. Okay. I mean, that is an ending. Oh, phone. What? Wait, where?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like.
Okay.
I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay, Stanley. So here's the problem, right? If that's your girlfriend / wife, why is she calling on colleague number 434's phone? That seems a little incorrect. That seems wrong, Stanley. That seems wrong. See, no computers? No new ones at least.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Oh, see, do I want to try to get all of the other endings with the bucket? I don't, because I don't know if the collectible will take it away or not. I assume not, but I'm also concerned with the what if.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered.
There's
the
so many
door.
endings. Can I really get them all with the bucket? Yes, I could.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No. never
Mr.
mind.
Bucket,
The bucket was
buckets
wrong.
of fun.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Yes, you know, I think I will do them all before I get the final Stanley figurine.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Unless he went down here instead. Boop. I don't remember where this goes.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find
What the
this
fuck?
place eventually.
Wow, these are all my friends. Okay, this is really good. You have the baby, you have the
You
wife,
see, your
even the
friends
adventure
and I
lines
are
here.
concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Kind of.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
So for anyone that's never played the original Stanley Parable, the Adventure Line had its own little thing with the fern. It was pretty great. Like work. I like work, I just hate my boss. Oh, okay. So we wouldn't have, man, just everything's here. I like that. Even the fern, dude. Like, that's actually really good. Okay, Adventure Line. Let's go on another classic adventure.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows
Right,
where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
It did. I remember that. Oh, it's it too. Nice. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Man, I missed the Adventure Line.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I do remember that.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Like the bucket? I don't wanna. I like my bucket. I like my bucket. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have gotten all of the classic original Stanley Parable endings as well, but like before all this. Just in case anyone hasn't seen the first one. But it's probably fine.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Ooh.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I mean, it does seem pretty
Guess
alright.
what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No idea.
You don't need me to spell it out for you.
Insert
Go
bucket
ahead
to
now,
destroy.
Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I don't know. I don't know if I wanna.
Now,
I can't
listen
even
to me.
leave.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one
Holy shit.
personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans
This
will
is so
be
weird.
clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
There's probably two endings to that, if I had to guess. Oh. The fuck?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer. Okay, well now I gotta do it again, except this time destroy the bucket. I guess, right? Man, this game's weird, but I love it. Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Ah, this is scarily different.